Dad has fallen into society's trap. He became addicted to watching TV. He eats too much junk food. He hates what he sees in the mirror. He longs for the good old days when he was physically free. One day, he suddenly woke up from a dream covered in sweat. He saw the future and it did not look good. He saw what would happen if he stayed on this path. His kids would grow up addicted to TV and junk food. They were depressed. They hated their lives. He knew he would not allow for this to happen. He started to work on himself. He couldn't allow his kids to follow this path. He would not give up this time. Many months later, he was looking back at old pictures on his phone. He saw how much he grew. He felt a sense of pride that he had never felt before. He became a 1% dad. I was destined to be miserable the rest of my life. I was destined for that trap. I was addicted to video games, junk food, social media. My dad changed my life. My dad, he was overweight and then he became a 1% dad. And it changed the game for me because then I became addicted to self-improvement. And 5 years later, I am spreading this message to every single father that you too can escape the pit, that trap, that pit of misery. You can become a 1% dad. And I developed a 4-part process, and every single part is essential. So you must apply every single one or else you will not see success. The first step is to figure out your purpose, figure out your desire. What do you want? The first time that I really understood this was when I was a junior in high school, because all throughout my high school career, I wanted to make the soccer team, and I'd never made the soccer team, and I really wanted it. And I remember I was in the best shape of my life, and I was eating the healthiest food ever, and it was all automatic. That's what happens when you find your purpose. Dieting and exercising becomes automatic. The second step is to go on an information diet. So you basically just stop watching mindless entertainment and replace it with education. So that's YouTube videos on your desire. And this is so valuable because when you're just watching mindless entertainment, you're not getting any benefit, you're just numb. But when you are watching educational videos, you actually start to get frustrated at yourself that you're not taking action. So then it actually becomes easier to take action than to sit around and watch YouTube videos all day. The third step is to create a routine. So I remember when I first started going to the gym, I had a routine where I would go to the gym every day before school, and I was guaranteed success as long as I followed the routine. And it was a really simple routine to follow. I could just turn off my brain and follow it, and I became jacked because of it. That's how you achieve your goal in the least amount of effort possible. You just set up a routine and mindlessly follow it. And that brings us to the fourth step, because that third step will set you in a trap if you don't follow the fourth step. And the fourth step is to iterate your routine. You always have to reflect and make it better, because you can fall into a trap of doing the same thing over and over again every day for years and not get anywhere. However, if you just slightly tweak your routine over time and make it better, change it, overhaul it, then that is when you will actually start to see some crazy results. So that's the 4-step framework. And if you want a free guide of all of this, goes a little bit more in depth, free guide down below, 1%dad.com/getnow. All you have to do is fill out a quick survey and the guide is yours.